last saw you, which is a while
back.
A lot of stuff has happened. So I'm just, if you can walk me through this past 10 years, I mean, it's pretty amazing.
It's actually, it's quite a ride, and actually, ups and downs, and a lot of hard work, and a lot of just climbing. It's sort of, that's what it's about. It's learning, and it's taking information, processing it, and trying to make yourself better, and that's really the goal. It's always been the goal, no matter what level you're at. For me, it's just sort of like learn, apply, and grow, hopefully. So that's what's been happening in the past 10 years.
What do you feel like the turning point was for your being an actress to kind of, I mean, you were working steadily in Hong Kong, but to kind of bring it to another place. I mean, being an actor in the United States,
right.
But now you're going back and forth. So what was the turning point? What film do you feel was the one that kind of really?
Yeah, it's strange, even before I came back to the States, I was doing sort of smaller action pics, in Hong Kong that were doing weirdly really well internationally. So I was traveling a lot in Europe, and I was promoting a lot of stuff, and so I really feel like that's kind of when consciousness was being raised a little bit about me on a much lower level than we're dealing with now, but still a very important level, because people kind of in the crux of the population kind of have to understand who you are and where you're coming from, and see that progression. And I think that's how people really become familiar with you, so that when you're in the Mission Impossibles and they're like, oh yeah, I remember her from, and there's some kind of familiarity there. So it did. I mean, the Asian films, they did travel well, and so that was good. They weren't big films, but they did travel.
But yet you started to do these crazy, I mean, this is a big film, so to kind of work on that level, I mean, these are huge productions where you are just like, it's a Bollywood movie almost, it's like just
right, true.
So how does, what are those experiences like? And they seem to be really difficult shoots, so these are not...
They are.
So if you can talk about...
They're really not. I think it's one thing that a lot of people don't understand about our business, is that it's very time consuming, very taxing, it's a lot of work, and it's very tiring, and you've got to find your motivation every day. I mean, it's a daily struggle to be able to understand and like I said, process information and do all the things that you need to do, and then logistically, and then creatively on top of that, and then personalities and all of that. There's a lot of factors in movie making, but in the big ones especially, what's really nice is that production value-wise, they know where to put the money. For instance, this film, you look at it, and by Hollywood standards, it's not a big movie, but it's a big movie. Because when you look at the sets, and you look at the production design, you look at the cinematographer, and you look at what they've done with what they had, it's so remarkable. It really, really is, and I think that's where the value of the film comes in. But as an actor, it's invaluable, those tools that they gave us to be the best that we could in this film.
This film is actually a very intimate piece between you and Joe, and so did you have time to kind of get to know him a little better, or was it one of those things where it's like, hey, welcome?
Yeah, hi, we're in bed.
Yeah,
right. It was a little bit like that, in the sense that immediately when I got to China, and Joe's not a man of many words, but very kind, and once you get to know him, it's a completely different story. But when you first meet him, you're like, oh, okay, well, how am I going to do this? And so I'm very straightforward. I'm very Western. I just said, look, we're working together. Let's get to know each other. Let's meet for a drink. Let's talk. I really want to know more about you. And I don't know. I think he was a little taken aback by that. Like, wow. Because I don't know that Asian actors really do that. I don't know that they ask things of each other. But this is an intimate film for us. We needed to really have that energy and that connection. And so I don't know if Tian Zhuang did this on purpose, but we shot the film in sequence, a lot of it, most of it, and so our relationship starts, and it's a bit tumultuous in the beginning, and they're from two different worlds, and it's two worlds colliding, and they don't understand each other, and they don't know where it's going. And we shot that in the beginning of our personal relationship, and as we got to know each other better and we got more comfortable with one another, that's when we started getting more intimate in the film. So the chronology of it was great for us, and it helped me a lot, and I still don't know if director did that on purpose, but it was a good tool for us.
To have a director who, you have to, as an actor, you have to give a lot of trust to him. So what does he bring as a filmmaker then that allows you to feel that you can give a really good performance?
He gave me a sort of his trust, a confidence and a trust that I felt like I didn't earn. right away because, I mean, how could I? We just met. And when someone that you respect, especially when you come onto a project who's had an incredible career, who's incredibly well respected, and you come on a set and they've sort of chosen you and you've chosen them, and then you're finally at that moment, it becomes this thing of God, I respect you and I look up to you and you trust me. And that must mean something. So now I have to trust myself and really dig deeper than I ever have and give you more than probably I've ever given anyone else, or anyone else has allowed me to give them, to be honest. So it's a two-way street.
Now, you're done with this film and you're promoting it like on this festival level. Is it interesting for you to come to places like the Toronto Film Festival where these are cineasts, these are not like people who are just, so
right.
to kind of
True.
see the kind of reaction that you're getting, is that kind of interesting?
It's wonderful because I do a lot of commercial films, and so something like this is a total transition into a world that people haven't seen from me, and a world that also I haven't been immersed in. So in doing the film and then promoting it, now I'm also exposed to a world that is largely, like you said, it's people who really know and love film, and so they come here and they're very interested, and they know their nuance, and they know their directors, and they really, really have an eye for this stuff, and so they're looking at it and going, this impresses me, and this means something to us. That is very humbling.
I don't know if you're able to talk about it, but I know you're coming back to Hollywood and shooting.
Yeah, I am.
The announcements.
I'm able to talk about it. Yeah.
If you can just give us a brief, what you're working on next.
Yeah, I'm on a film right now called Priest. It's a Sony picture. It's me, Paul Bettany, and two other guys, Cam Gidjane. Do you know his last name? It's really hard to pronounce. Anyway, it's me and Paul Bettany, and it's basically like a sort of supernatural western, which is cool. I don't know. There's many ways that it's been described, and I'm not really sure how to describe it, just because it is so original. It's not something I've ever seen, and the production design is so incredible. Paul's a wonderful actor who I'm thrilled to work with, and a really young, energetic director, and just a great studio behind us. And so we're going to do something really different. I think people are going to be really surprised, and a great script, which is always key.
Can't wait to see it. I mean, I'm sure they're going to bring to Comic-Con or someplace.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, we'll be at Comic-Con.
I'll see you in Comic-Con.
Yay! Great.
Thank you.